Hey everyone, this is Uthris. Welcome back to Let's Build Lothloria, episode 57. So we're over here in Gwendale, the small farming fief. There could be another profession here yet. We just don't know. It's going to have these terraced kind of farmlands, and it's going to have this as the town chieftain's house and home. It has one of these that we built last episode, very similar to what you would find in the town. Maybe kind of the more profitable person would be living here. And of course, one of the kind of standard farm homes. Doesn't have a second story, which is really nice and open. I could see lofts being used here, but not a full, like, walkable second story, I guess, with a wooden floor. I went ahead and fixed the damage from last episode and got everything back to where it needed to be. There's going to be a house here, kind of tucked on the hillside, and also a house here, or storage looking thing. It's just a 3x3, actually built into the stonework supporting the farms. What else did I do off camera to showcase a little bit? Over here in this other fief that we have not decided a name for, so if you guys have an idea for what this place should be called, you can leave a comment down below. The Baron will be living here, hence why he has a nice villa. But I went ahead and built this kind of larger home. It has a balcony kind of worked in to the front. I think that's a fairly interesting way to portray this. It is a open floor plan like you would find in the city as well, just with a front porch really. You can go upstairs and open upstairs. A fairly nice view from the balcony, I think so. Good, interesting. Okay. See what else. I could see another loft being built up here, but not a full second story as well. What other little views? I love looking at windows from houses that I make, because you can get some pretty picturesque kind of things like this. I think that's a nice little view of the villa. There's some terrain sculpting to do over there as well. Let's see, any other announcements? Tomorrow, gonna start doing some Minecraft, since Banished ended up being a huge failure in terms of the town kind of just not working, and the way I was building was just inefficient. Just figured I would try a new way, and it just didn't work out. Another announcement, I guess, would be I'm thinking about doing a live stream this weekend, probably on Sunday, of just a bunch of detailing on all of the buildings, as much as we can do in a couple hours, and you guys can suggest things to come hang out. Other than that, can't really think of anything. Nope. So we'll go ahead and get started, kind of flattening out terrain and working on these farmhouses this episode. I'm thinking about building a silo as well, not attached, but kind of off to the side of the windmill. Might be a cool thing to have. Need the flat terrain tool here. Now, usually for terrain edits, I enjoy using soil for the initial path. And I do that just so it's very easy to see where I've been and what's not flat and ready. And then I go back in with a brush and I paint it all up. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Thinking something like this design might look cool. gonna be making all the wood beams face inwards. If I counted that out right. Yep. It's just gonna be a simple plus shaped roof. And the X in the center here. Don't really want a window on top of a window. It always looks a little weird. It's almost as if the wall is just like too open at that point. It just doesn't look right. We'll go ahead and give them the wooden roof. I just think it looks a little bit nicer for these type of structures than using thatch. Stone down here. There. And then kind of the detailing that goes over all of these. So we get a nice kind of some sort of detail. Maybe in the live stream, actually, as well, we'll probably work on the crypt, the royal crypt that's underneath the monastery. Well, not the monastery. What was I calling that thing? It's over by the castle. It's underneath the ground. I showcased it a couple episodes ago. I haven't worked on it since. But that definitely would be a cool thing to work on. I'm going with wooden staircase here. I think it fits the best in this spot. Need my railings. That's how you're going to get down to this lower farm. Nothing too special there. Haven't decided on how I want everything to be connected just yet. Just something you can decide pretty much any time. The best thing to do, I think, is to throw in many little layers and details, and then just kind of work on connecting them all up modularly. I think that's kind of the most natural way and natural look to give these type of things. Need to kind of erase the corner a little bit. Probably replace that with stone at some point. In fact, I'm gonna change where the door is. It doesn't really make sense to have it on that side if the staircase is over here. So we can put it over on this side, and I just snap to the camera. Welcome to the tournament grounds. Let's go back, please. This is wrong camera. We good? Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. Sometimes I don't know what buttons I'm pressing. So we need some more detailing, I think. And I'll be sculpting the terrain in areas around this. That way there's not these flat walls. But sometimes it's best to place the details first because they can be a pain to place through the actual ground at times. I think that looks interesting. Another one of these. I think for this spot, so we don't block the window, I can either do that, or in this case, since things are pretty blocky in this area, I'll just introduce a sideways column and go from there. Since we worked in the slums, I really like building structures kind of embedded into the terrain recently. Kind of what I enjoy doing at the moment the most. Let's see, I want the door off center for this. A really bright entryway. This one we're going to do opposite. Of the last one. So the wooden supports are going to be pointing towards the corners instead of the windows. Just double checking to make sure my count was right. And get rid of some more terrain that's unnecessary. So everything's going to fit together. And with this one, let's actually do the loft on this one, I think. So that'll be the staircase up. Just need to grab a spiral staircase in this sense. A wooden stairs requires a 3-length kind of hallway, and I don't have the room for it. And let's go ahead and put the floor down. Throw up all these shapes. Can't really put windows on here or else it will just look really weird. So we're just gonna have to leave it. Something like that. I think for the staircase we can use thatch. Why not? Just some type of color difference. But for the roof, wooden like last time. And also a wooden staircase, like last time. No porches on these things, just kind of a normal staircase up. So that looks pretty cool. See, anything else I can think of at the moment? Don't think so. Trying to decide if I want to do some off-camera work. There's been some people requesting a log cabin for quite a while now, and so actually this stone foundation doesn't work anymore. I think I'm going to build a log cabin over here by the windmill. Kind of a off solitary spot. Might look pretty nice. it's just going to be a simple, or fairly simple structure, I hope. I don't know how I'm really going to tackle the actual log look. I guess they added this, but it doesn't place very well. I may have to give a nice support first. And I think the best way is maybe to use stone pillars. That way we can work some type of color shift. And then this just doesn't work. I'm fairly certain these timber rounds will, but I don't know if that's the look I want. You know, I mean, looks okay. And it can become a pain to do windows and stuff because of this. And the problem with working with these small items, if they're connected in any way and you delete one, it really doesn't like that. In fact, it doesn't like that at all. So, just a warning, if you guys plan on doing this type of building, it can be a little challenging. I'm definitely not the best at it, but let's see, does that window look too big? Ugh, it's almost not high enough. And there goes the whole wall. Yay! It's one way to remove structures. Whatever. So it's going to be a 3 wide gap with one of these. So I'm thinking that should be tall enough this time. Yeah, that's better. It's definitely a little bit better. The door is going to be here in the center. At some point, I just need to be able to get to that point. So let's measure this out a little bit beforehand. Gotta get a good seal. Make sure there's no gaps. There probably will be, but whatever. So, okay. Totally under construction, but I think we can make it look fairly nice. We just keep adding details and things. May have to introduce stone here just to give us a little bit of a break from doing this brown wood, and we can also kind of inset the doorway, I think, if it'll let us. I don't even know if there's enough room for a person to fit through this. I'm gonna have to give this a test. There is. That's good. So just enough room. It's kind of the door to our cabin. And we are at the 20-minute mark. Let's see. How am I doing on actual time in real life? So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this cabin off camera and come back. You guys will be able to tell me what you think of it. So I'll be back here in a second. Okay, so here is the finished cabin, at least the shell of one. I went ahead and added a fireplace as well, which is a 2-room, kind of really open with a wooden roof. I didn't really know how to handle doing these angles, so I just used the stucco. I don't think it clashes too much with it. From the side, it actually, I think, adds a nice little bit of detail in addition to everything else. It will need probably some type of front porch on it and something to work in those wooden supports as well. But I think this is all I really have time for today, and I think we got a good bit done. So thanks as always for watching, and if you guys are enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe. Tomorrow we're going to be doing some Minecraft. I haven't played that in a long while, and so I'll probably be a noob, at least especially for the mod. It is a very complicated one that we plan on doing. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.